Hey YouTubers, today we're going to be checking out these 3 splits. We made these splits, beginning of the month, beginning of May, something like that. Put them into these 10 frames a couple weeks ago. I peeked in them, just popped the lids on them the other night, and it doesn't look like they're really drawing on the plastic foundation. My fault, I didn't wax it like I normally do. So we're going to try a trick today. We're going to dig into them, see what things are looking like, if they're drawing on it or not, and then if they aren't, then we're going to try a trick, and we'll see what happens. All right, we're going to get into this hive here. Again, these were put into a 10 frame a couple weeks ago, and I'm not sure they're drawing on the plastic foundation. I forgot to wax it like I normally do. So we'll see what kind of mayhem they've been up to in my absence. Okay, so we got a lot of wax being built onto the lid, to be expected. This outer frame, nothing. Next frame over. Oh, they're starting to draw right up in the corner. Starting to draw a little bit there. Let's move over one frame. And whoa, we got some drawn comb. We got a nice honey bar on the top. We got some bee bread. I am not seeing any eggs. So this looks just like pollen and nectar and capped honey. And they're building on the backside as well. So what do we got going on in here? Just looks like more nectar that they're working on. So they are starting to draw on this. We're going to move over one frame. This frame was originally a resource frame. I'm going to pull this other frame out. They've done just a little bit there. We're going to leave that out just to give us a lot of room. So this frame was just honey resources, and it appears they got some brood in there. That's a nice lovely patch of brood. We got nectar, we got larvae, we got eggs, all the way up to capped brood. A little bit of everything. On this side, same deal. We got a little bit of everything going on. Just looking to make sure I don't miss the queen, which I don't see her. Squish anyone. My hive covers have an extra rim built onto them, and so they're getting too much space because this box gives them a little bit of space and then the lid gives them space, and that's what all this comb is being built off of. Nothing I can really do about it. I could put a foamy in, if you know what a foamy is, if you watch Ian, that might help. Again, we got older capped brood. They're backfilling with nectar. Come over to this side, we got same deal, backfilling, nectar, pollen, a little bit of everything. Really gentle, calm bees. Alright. Move on down the line. Slow and steady wins the race with bees. And another mixed frame. Lots of capped worker brood. A little bit of drone brood. And more of the same over here. Mixed bag, a little bit of everything. I still have not seen the queen. But I did see eggs, so she's in here. She is in here. Move out of the way, ladies. There we go. Lots of drone brood on this frame. Lots of drone brood. One might say, oh, you're laying drones. But we had a lot of worker brood too, so. See, there's a bunch of worker brood on this frame. So it's just that time of year, they want to lay drones. They want to make drones. They want to lay drones. Okay, lots of nectar dripping out. Bringing that in. Seeing more bees over on these frames than I did last time I was in here, so that's a good sign. I can get that one. There's a lot of. Can't grab the frame if it's covered in bees. There we go. All right. Lots of worker brood. Okay. Nice sheet of worker brood there as well. Rimmed with honey, rimmed with pollen, bee bread. I see some Michelin men, as I call them. They're white larva grubs in the C shape, nice and plump and fluffy, pearly white. I call them Michelin men. All right, now this was a new foundation, and let's see what they've done. Look at that, completely drawn out. Rimmed with honey. We have eggs. We have larvae. I would expect to see the queen somewhere around here, and the same on this side. More nectar, but lots of eggs. Where are you, queenie? I don't need to see her. I see the eggs. That tells the story. But it is nice to see a queen every once in a while. But they can be difficult to spot. She could be walking on the side of the box. One more frame. And not much going on the back side, but this side here, there's our queen. Right there, yellow dot. She's laying up a storm in here. There's nectar in here, there's eggs in here. So, and that's the outside. She's on the outside frame, which I'm gonna post later about another story, another thing we did today in the other yard, which you'll understand why I said that that's kind of a big deal. One thing I'm gonna do, we got 2 frames here they haven't really started working on. So I'm gonna put these frames back together because they all had a lot of brood on them. So they're all gonna go back together. But I'm gonna do a checkerboard on these other frames. So this frame here, they started drawing on it. We got some comb on this side, we got a lot of comb on this side. I'm gonna move probably this frame because it's got some drawn comb on it too, just a little bit. I'm gonna move that in. Then I'm gonna slide this one back over. And then I'm gonna put this bare one. This is completely bare yet. I'm gonna put that on the outside. The reason I'm doing this, there we go. The reason I'm doing this is there's not a ton of bees in here yet. Once this larva starts hatching, there will be, or this brood. So they really don't need this outside frame yet. There's plenty of honey stores, but I want them to draw that comb out. So by putting this bare frame in between drawn frames, they don't like to walk across the bare frame, a bare foundation. So they'll start drawing that one out now. And then I'll just let them do their own thing on this frame. They're doing great. I'm happy with what I see. They're docile. This hive's doing what it needs to do. So we're gonna take our cover. See how good I can do this. And I'm going to scrape off this comb they built. Oh, look at all the nectar in there. Lots of nectar. They'll be mad at me for a while, but I think they'll survive. Getting smoked out by my own smoker. Good strong colony. This was a split this year, 5 frames from an overwintered colony. So, some nice healthy bees. Look at all that nectar on that board. All those white droplets, look at that. And a cockroach. There we go, no more cockroach. We're just gonna put this all back together and let them do their thing. They're doing a good job. Happy. All right, switched views on you here because the sun's behind the camera now, so you guys might actually get to see a little bit more. So Hive 1's doing fantastic. Let's check out Hive 2. All right, not so much comb built up top. Let's see here. There we go. Got most of them out. Let's take a look. My guess is we'll see some of the same. Smoke these guys down a little bit. It is the end of the day, probably not the greatest time to be digging in here. Smoker, you're taking up camera space. So again, nothing going on. Next frame over. And voila, we have some comb building going on. Lots of nectar. Nothing on the other side. Right. This was also, you can tell, was a new frame. Set my tool down. And smoker's getting me today. Look at that. Looks like they already had one round of brood through that frame. Lots of honey capped. I only put this split in here 2 weeks ago. Building brood here, no eggs. No eggs in these cells, this is all honey. Now, south is that way, east is that way. So I've been noticing the brood is on the east side, or excuse me, the south side of the hive. Of course, it's warmer, that's where the sun hits. So these frames being honey, I kind of feel is going to be the norm. Come on, ladies. Here we go. A lot of brood. We do have some eggs. She's coming back. So we got old brood, and we got eggs, and we got honey. Nice honey ring. All these hives, I think, or at least these two, and the same on this side here, going back and filling with eggs. She might even be on this frame. Should be marked. I don't see her. This might be the one. One of these hives, they had cleaned the mark off. This might be that hive. Anyways, I have some supers. I'm going to come in. I think they can use a super now. They're good enough. They should be able to handle a super with this brood hatching out. Once I get through my inspections, I'll come back through and put a super on. More old brood. Got some waggle dances going on, especially right in the center of the frame there. You see that? Waggle dance. Okay, she's telling them where all the good stuff's at. Honey, pollen, some big drones. No queen. Same with this side. Look at all this brood. This hive is about ready to explode. That over. Next down the line. So again, another beautiful frame of brood. Some of it's being backfilled with nectar, some of it is eggs. Same with this side, lots of brood, lots of bee bread. They got stores aplenty. No queen. And again, normally, folks, I don't even look for the queen. If I see eggs, I stop. Once and done. But it's early in the year yet, and things happen. So it's always good to kind of check every once in a while. Lots of drone. Oh, that smoker's getting me today. Lots of drone brood on this frame. Mixture over here as well. Some drone brood. Some worker brood. That's, I think, probably drone brood there. I did see what I thought was a queen cup on this side. Where was that? Down here. All right. Where's my hive tool? It was wet. There was some royal jelly in that queen cup. So they're looking for room. Just making sure there aren't any more over here. Okay. So bottom of the frame, typically a swarm cell. That was the first one I saw in this hive. I didn't see any in the first hive we did. Excuse me, coming through. Thank you. Oh, this is a heavy one. Lots of honey, lots of brood. We got some newbies hatching out. We got another queen cup here. Wind shifted. Let's see what's going on. That one was dry, nothing in it. Okay. Let's go to the reverse. And more honey with brood down the center. Still no sign of a queen. I don't see any more queen cells, queen cups. Whoop. Hang on, folks. Making sure I'm not getting stung up the leg. This was another new frame, and as you can see, they got that drawn out. Full of nectar, full of honey. And this side here, same deal. Still no sign of a queen. Okay. Last frame. And they're starting to draw comb. And no sign of a queen here either. Interesting. Lots of eggs. I saw eggs on numerous frames. So I'm not giving up hope. But did not see her. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back together the way I found it. And I'm going to mark it as I need to come back. There we go. I need to come back and do another inspection. Okay, for a second I thought I didn't have enough frames in here. I'm going to come back and do another inspection when I have better lighting and see if we can spot a queen. One thing I think though, I am going to go grab a super. So I'm going to add a super here. If the queen is still in there, hopefully this will maybe entice them to stick around. It's not a guarantee. This is a medium. I usually do like to bring up a frame to coerce them to come up into this next box. I have no deeps left. I don't run 2 double deeps. I run mediums after the first. So it's going to be up to them to come up top. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the brick up on this one, signifying that this hive needs to be inspected again. All right, hive number 3. Put my smoke over here. Last time I was here, I transferred, you guys saw the video, I transferred these nukes into these 10 frames. That was a week or 2 ago. This hive, I could not find the queen, and I found swarm cells, multiples, on multiple frames. I'm not sure if the queen is still here because I could not find her then. So we are going to see now, do a checkup, see if any of those cells hatched, see if the queen is back, if she's a virgin. All right, so all right, you can see these guys are a lot more flighty. Typically that signifies that they don't have a queen. They're runny. One frame they haven't done anything with. 2 frames they haven't done anything with. 3 frames they just started doing a little bit of work with. And we're now into what was the original nuke. Not a lot going on here, folks. We got trouble in paradise. We got all nectar. We have all nectar and capped honey. This frame had a lot of brood. It is now all honey. We got a lot of bee bread, a couple drone cells, and that's about it. Excuse me, coming through. These guys are noticeably noisier. A whole bunch of bee bread, a few drone cells, and no larvae. No brood. Same here, they're backfilling it all with nectar. We have 1 queen cell right there. Right there. There's a queen cell. It is not hatched. I thought there were more. When I was in here, I saw 4 or 5 cells. I came back the following day thinking I'd do a split, and they had tore down all but a few. There, this one is where we had more cells. So that cell is empty. Looks like it was chewed open. That queen cup is empty. Lots of drones hatching on this one. They're all hatching like right as we speak. I thought this had more. They might have torn them down already. Oh, here's another. We have another cap cell right here on the end. It appears to be intact. So we actually have two good cells in this hive. Both on the same frame. No, two different frames. We got one on this frame. Should mark that. And one on this frame. Okay. Let's take a look over here. Oh, this is a heavy frame. Very runny bees. Again, they've been doing nothing but collecting nectar. They got no brood to take care of. So they're just getting nectar. Take a look over here. Nothing's going on. They got a little bit of wax they're drawing. Nothing fancy. And nothing. Alright. So, that's not the greatest inspection. I could split this up into two nukes. You know, put this frame in one, put this frame in another, divide the others between. I could leave them together and see what happens. I'll have to think on it. I'm gonna have to sleep on it. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do with this hive. Also, let me know what I should call this apiary. So I have the home apiary 2 miles away, and then this is my second, and I think it needs a name. What should we call this place? Anyone know? You can put that in the comments. 2 things to comment about. So we're gonna put the stone up on this guy too, because we gotta do something. So, what should we do? What should we do with trouble hive? Where am I pointing? Trouble hive number 1 and potentially trouble hive number 2. What do you think we should do? Also, you can kind of see, this is the apiary. There's my work truck. Nice farms. All right, and right back to the apiary. Okay. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please comment, what should we name this apiary, and what do you think we should do with our 2 questionable hives? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Thanks. Have a good day.